Beardo Benjo.
Somehow, and I'm really not sure how, but somehow it's already June, which means half the year is gone. We've made it to the halfway point, and that means that most of those VR games we were excited for at the start of the year have now been released. Things like Wraith the Oblivion Afterlife, Demeo, Traffic Jams, Cosmodread, they're all out. We've played them, we own them, we've enjoyed them, hopefully. But is there anything left to be excited about for the rest of 2021? Yes. The good news is yes. In today's video, I'll be compiling the games that are still slated to come out this year or expected, hopeful to come out this year that look, in my opinion, pretty damn good in terms of VR games. Now, there will be surprises beyond this. This isn't the definitive list. Bear in mind it's June, so that means it's E3 month. I love E3. Even though it's different now, I still love it. And hopefully we'll get some big name VR announcements over the next few weeks, and we'll certainly get more by the end of the year. This is my list of the games still to keep an eye on for the rest of this year, and perhaps beyond, coming to the VR medium. Check it out, hopefully you'll see stuff you like, and if you do, leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, hit subscribe. Let's take a look at these games. First up is the VR title I think most players are most excited for, Resident Evil 4. Exclusive to the Quest, this absolute classic has been reimagined with a first-person perspective, fully interactive environments, and all that classic Resident Evil campiness we've come to love. Have you ever wanted Left 4 Dead in VR? Well, good news. The developers of Arizona Sunshine are bringing us After the Fall this year, a frozen post-apocalyptic wasteland filled with zombies that you can kill with your friends on PCVR, Quest and PSVR. Speaking of the PSVR, although the PSVR 2 has been announced, the original still has some life in it yet. Wanderer is a gorgeous looking time-travelling adventure that sends players to far-flung locations like the moon. Next up is another PlayStation VR exclusive. Fracked looks like a blend of 13 and Borderlands with its stunning cel-shaded visuals and action-packed first-person combat. Yet another PlayStation VR exclusive now, and I really do hope this one comes to PCVR at the very least. Arashi Castles of Sin looks like Tenchu or Ghost of Tsushima in VR, and we all want that. We all really want that. Did anyone say Overwatch in VR? Well, that's what Larcenauts is aiming to be. The hero shooter for the VR medium comes to PCVR and Quest, courtesy of the developers of Farpoint, very soon. Now, I'm a sucker for a gorgeous looking VR game, and Samurai Slaughterhouse is one of the most unique looking PC VR games I've seen in quite some time. The black and white landscapes are splattered with the bright red blood of your victims in this Afro Samurai inspired adventure. Next up is a game that you can play right now by jumping into the beta version. Ancient Dungeon is one of the best roguelikes that I've played on the Quest platform to date. Its Minecraft visuals and extremely addicting gameplay loop will keep you coming back for more time and time again. Now, I don't know much about this one, but the trailer captured my imagination immediately. Captain Toonhead vs the Punks from Outer Space is a tower defense first-person shooter coming to PCVR and Quest soon, and you get to use a slipper or a sandal as a weapon, and that intrigues me. Everyone remembers the first time they played a Guitar Hero or Rock Band game, and I got that same rush, that same feeling playing Smash Drums on the Quest just recently. This really does feel like a reinvention or a reinvigoration of the rhythm genre. Do not sleep on Smash Drums, entering early access on App Labs very, very soon. Now, some VR games are created with veteran VR users in mind only, and this definitely looks like one of those. Everslort is probably one of the fastest looking VR games I've ever seen. No regard for people's comfort. Grab a grappling hook, smash your enemies, and move at a blistering pace in this extremely appealing looking hack and slash 'em up. Slowing things down now with a story-driven, noir-style crime thriller, The Secret of Retropolis sees you solving crimes in a robot-filled, magical and colourful world. Now there seems to be quite a lot of hype building for this next title. Into the Darkness looks set to capitalise on all the things that made Boneworks so popular, but they're doing it in their own way. Not a huge amount is known about this, but the gameplay, the mechanics and the combat look exceptionally chunky and very, very satisfying. Beat Saber meets Pistol Whip meets Noir Thriller next in Against, an endless runner that sees you slicing, chopping and shooting enemies as you propel yourself down a black and white corridor in a gloomy, monster-filled world. If you've ever watched a James Bond film and thought, I can do all of those things, I can survive all of those scenarios, then I Expect You to Die 2 is the game for you. Another tightly knit, well put together series of escape rooms that will test your wits and puzzle solving abilities. Another title here that we don't know a huge amount about, but it looks absolutely stunning from this announcement trailer. Song in the Smoke is a survival game for PCVR and Quest. It looks like you're pitting yourself up against the natural elements, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and trying to survive in a very hostile world. Sam & Max, this time it's virtual, will be hitting the Quest platform incredibly soon and will allow players to stand side by side with their favourite animated detectives, solving crimes and fighting giant space monsters in virtual reality. Next up is a gorgeous and highly polished PSVR and PCVR shooter, Hubris. This one gives me some real Crisis vibes, very story driven, very stunning looking and very mysterious at this stage in its development. There's nothing better than tackling a game in VR with a group of friends, and Legendary Tales is just that. A VR action role-playing game with up to 4-player co-op. Collect items, enhance your abilities and fight your way through an ever-changing dungeon to make your own Legendary Tales. If story-heavy games like Firewatch are your cup of tea, then Area Man Lives is certainly going to scratch that itch in VR. A quirky radio drama unfolds around you whilst you're just trying to do your job, recording commercials, interviewing callers, and running the radio station. Fingers crossed we'll hear more about this one at some point this month when Ubisoft announce more about their plans for the rest of the year, but Assassin's Creed is still getting some kind of VR game. Whatever it is anybody's guess at this point in time. Try to survive alligators, native tribes, dangerous plant life, and generally just a jungle filled with things out to kill you in Green Hell VR, a full VR conversion of the extremely popular PC survival game. The VR MMO market is really starting to pick up some pace, with a few titles vying for the top spot of most anticipated VR MMO, and Elysia has thrown its hat into the ring and looks genuinely like it could be doing some really exciting things. Finally, after so long, they announced it's still in development and it's still scheduled for a PC VR release, Lone Echo 2. It really is time to find out what's next for Jack and Olivia. If you're still reeling from the disappointment that was Cyberpunk 2077, then don't worry, Lon has you completely covered as a VR alternative. Hack and slash neon cyberpunk fun packed into some PC VR gameplay. This next one has been on a lot of my most anticipated lists, and we've finally got a release date of the beginning of July. Sniper Elite VR looks absolutely fantastic. The more I see, the more I can't wait to play it. Hopefully they can correct and improve upon the things that Medal of Honor VR didn't quite get right. The second Ubisoft VR title that we'll hopefully be hearing about in the next few weeks is Splinter Cell. The triumphant, hopefully, return of Sam Fisher to the gaming world is going to be a virtual reality affair, and I can't wait for it even if we don't really know much about it at this point in time. Now, I'm cautiously optimistic we'll see this one in 2021, but it was originally slated for 2020. Vertigo 2 is a single-player VR adventure built for high-end PC VR. This looks like it's going to scratch that itch if you're a fan of the Time Splitters franchise, if you're a fan of the classic Half-Life games, or you just want a deep, expansive, story-driven experience in VR. Definitely one to keep an eye on. We just this week got some gameplay for this next title. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempestfall is shaping up to be a very chunky looking hack and slash for fans of the Warhammer universe. And finally, Yuki, a bullet hell action shoot 'em up in VR whereby you're playing with your own action figures that are coming to life in your room. A magical looking VR experience for PCVR, Quest and PlayStation VR. Well, there you have it. That's it. That's everything. Well, it's not everything, because there's also Jurassic World Aftermath Part 2, Tales from Galaxy's Edge Part 2, Rhythm of the Universe, Ionia. There are more VR games in development right now, but I didn't want to go into all of them because I'd be here all day. It would take me forever. But the point is, the bottom line is, VR is healthy right now, and there's a lot of games coming out this year and beyond, and there's so many more that we don't even know about yet. Stuff that could be announced in the next few weeks or the next few months, and I'm excited for it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, guys. Please leave a like, leave a comment and hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another one. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.